Hello to my cancers. All right, cancers. Hopefully you all having a great day. Hopefully you're having a good week. Let's talk about balance. Let's talk about balance. Let's talk about balance. All right, cancers. Let's get into it. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. Let's take about what resonates with you, cancers. All right, let's see. So when you're trying to balance out your life, a healthy work-life balance, a hard reset needs to happen. A hard reset, not a soft reset, a hard reset. You know, like with your computer, you need to do a hard reset sometimes, not just a, just a soft reset. You need to turn it off, unplug it from the wall. You need to let it sit for a minute, do a hard reset sometimes, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about auric layers. So this reading may or may not be long. So for those of you all who are new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. So some people are learning how to read cards. Some people like to just dive right in and just get the message, jump on, jump off real quick. But on my channel, my collective community has asked me to teach. And I don't mind teaching. I don't do any gatekeeping on my channel. I try to help as many people as possible. So it just doesn't help when you gatekeep. There's too many people out here that they really don't know certain things, and they really do need help, with learning. So we're here to help each other. Everything on planet Earth is connected, so if you can do your part in helping somebody, without being familiar with whatever, I gotta know who their family is. I gotta know who this is. If you're just operating solely in a spirit of love, and when we're talking about auric layers, that's exactly what's going to help you to hit a hard reset. It's going to help you to hit a hard reset to help, just because you love, you're operating in a spirit of love. So auric layers, your aura is like an energetic calling card, because it's the first thing that people sense when they meet you, whether they meet you by phone, face to face, whatever. But when they meet you, they pick up on an aura, right? Especially face to face, right? So the first three that are closest to the body, the etheric, the emotional, and the mental subtle bodies, represent your lower chakras and the physical realm. And I'll explain that very shortly. The middle auric layer is connected to your heart chakra. It serves as a gateway to the upper and divine energies, right? That's where your head and heart are at war with each other. It speaks to air, right? Your heart chakra. Head and heart are sometimes at war. Should I help this person? Should I pray for this person? Should I take some kind of action? That energy is directed outward. How should I close out a cycle? But I love this person. How could I cut this energy off? But I love this energy. And love shouldn't hurt like this. Heart, right? And then the three outermost auric layers, the etheric template, celestial, and the etheric subtle bodies, that represents your upper chakras and are related to the spiritual realm, right? So, each layer vibrates at a higher rate as you move outward from the body, with the first layer connected to the root chakra having the slowest vibration, and the seventh layer connected to the crown chakra vibrating the fastest, right? So that's why you hear people say, I don't really vibe with that energy. I don't really vibe, or I do vibe with that energy, right? Right? Some people you do vibe with, some people you don't vibe with, and that's okay. If you don't vibe with people, close out the cycle. If you do, but hitting a hard reset is going to help a whole lot of people balance things out. It's going to clear up a whole lot of confusion. It's going to help people for real. So, starting with the first auric layer, that's the etheric body. It's closest to the physical body. It typically extends 1 to 8 inches out. It's related to the root chakra. It's primarily about your health and your tribe, as well as your beliefs about both. That is how people can figure out who you running with. In other words, in lay terms, they can figure out who you with. Right? They talking to you over the phone, you saying certain things, you sound just like certain other people. They know who you're running with, right? They don't have to know what your last name is. They can tell who you're running with, what's going on. When you're talking about this educational level, we're talking about who you with, what tribe you with. You don't even have to say it. The auric layer 2, that's the emotional body. The emotional body resides 2 to 3 inches off the body. It's related to your sacral chakra and all your emotions, including unprocessed feelings from the past. This layer shifts as your mood shifts, right? That connects us with water, the emotions, right? So The auric layer, the etheric body root chakra connects us with earth, right? The earth, right? Right? You can kind of sort of tell, like, kind of like people's accents, kind of like where they're from. Oh, you sound like you from so and so, or you sound like you from, or you don't sound like you from such and such place, right? Could be earth, or you dress a certain kind of way, or you look a certain, physically you look a certain kind of way, right? Um, so then we got the third auric layer. That's the mental body. The mental body resides 3 to 8 inches off of the body. It's related to the solar plexus. It's all the mental processes, the ideas, the judgments. This layer is connected to both the conscious and subconscious mind. It'll reveal any self-doubts or limiting beliefs, right? So you can agree to disagree without being disagreeable. This is a lot of time, that's fire, connects us with fire. This is sometimes where people part ways in the sand, right? Because sometimes when you agree to disagree, some people continue being disagreeable. Some people agree to disagree without being disagreeable. They close out the cycle. They move on. Hey, no hard feelings. They just move on with life. Some people hold on to that fire. It is literally like shut up in their bones. They about to blow towards something down. They taking it out on everybody. And some people hold on to it for years. And then we got, that represents the physical realm. That physical realm, those are the lower chakras representing the physical realm, okay? Then we have the middle auric layer, which is connected to the heart chakra. It serves as the gateway. That's the upper chakras and divine energies. And so that auric layer spreads about 1 foot off the body. It's related to the heart chakra. It represents our feelings of peace, love, connection to others. It reveals if we have grief or a hardened heart. Grief or a hardened heart, right? That's when you hear people's head and heart being at war with each other and people trying to make a connection, right? Some people, they'll know a relationship is over and they will walk around with a hardened heart. A hardened heart, right? Some people will make peace with it and they'll move on. They'll just move on, right? You have to know when, because you are a water sign and we're talking about the emotional body, right? This is related to your sacral chakra, all of your emotions, including unprocessed feelings from the past. This layer shifts as your mood shifts. That's why when you are trying to process your emotions, there's certain people that shouldn't have access to you. They really should not have access to you because they'll keep reliving something that you're still trying to process, right? They'll keep bringing the same stuff up over and over and over again. You trying to process it, right? They'll keep reliving the same whatever. So, and then we have the fourth auric layer. That's the heart chakra. 1 foot off the body, right? It represents feelings of peace, love, connection to others. It reveals whether you have grief or hardened heart. And we have the fifth auric layer. That's the etheric template. That's the throat chakra, about 1.5 to 2 feet off the physical body. That's related to spiritual blueprint. It outlines everything that will manifest into the world through the etheric plane. That's what you're speaking into existence, your throat chakra, right? That's what we talk about here when we say set an intention. Wake up, set an intention. Today is a great day because that is the intention that you set. That's what the energy you're putting out into the universe. Your energy is putting good energy out into the universe because that is what you want to come back, right? You don't want anything else other than that to come back. Somebody cut you off in traffic, you're sending out good energy. You hope they get to their destination safely. You're not laying on a horn, blankety blank, beep, 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 all of that other stuff. You just hope they get to their destination safely, right? And then we have the auric layer, the sixth auric layer, the celestial body. That's the brow chakra. About 2 to 2.5 inches off of feet. 2.5 feet off the body. Related to the third eye, it's associated with higher perception and intuition, unconditional love for all beings everywhere. Third eye, right? Unconditional love for all beings everywhere, right? But again, 2 and 2.5 feet off of the physical body, third eye, right? You can already see it. You can already see it before something happens. You're keeping a distance, right? Then we have the casual body. That's the seventh auric layer. That extends out as far as 3 feet. It's related to the crown chakra. Vibrates more quickly than all others. It imparts a deep knowing and a sense of unity with everything, right? That's the kind of spirit you have. It's like everything is connected, and it's the kind of spirit that you have, right? Everything is connected, right? You sending out love, peace to everything, everybody on planet Earth, right? So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right, let's go. So I am surrounded by people who encourage me. There it is. I am surrounded. I am the great I am, right inside of you. So that's where you're going, where people encourage you in a positive way. So let's get a number, and we're talking about balance, 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 balance. We're gonna have a pink moon. We're gonna have a full pink moon. So the rose-colored glasses are coming off of everybody's face. However they come off, they're coming off. So you are doing a hard reset, just like you would for your computer. Just like you would for your computer. Sometimes it's just as simple. If you ever had any computer issues or problems, sometimes you calling this person, calling that person, and sometimes it literally is about just unplugging. Literally unplugging everything. Right? The computer screen goes black. You plug it back in. Oh, that solved the problem. I had to unplug it. I had to unplug it from everything. So sometimes you have to unplug from everything. So, and I'll give you some ways to unplug from everything to cleanse your auric layer for those of you all who are interested. For those of you all who are interested. So here we have 191. New opportunities are coming your way. This right here, this color purple right here connects us with this auric layer 7, the casual body. This again is your crown chakra, connects you with your crown chakra. This is you know, the outermost auric layer, the etheric template, right? Subtle bodies, spiritual realm, upper chakras, right? Make a positive change. So your angels are pushing you towards a change you need to make. When you are excited about new opportunities and people coming your way, good things will arrive. So you are being encouraged to focus on the positives in a new situation, to look forward to and to look forward to the challenges that will inevitably come with them. Listen to a song that empowers you right now as you let yourself feel inspired and excited for what is to come. So 191, right? So you're initiating some kind of a new change, you're closing out a cycle, and you're moving forward into another, right? So again, that one, you're initiating, closing out a cycle, but you're moving on to this next one, right? So you're not, you know, off in la la land, right? Like, okay, you're moving into a new job, or, you know, you're hitting a reset button. That doesn't mean, let's say computer, for example, did a hard reset, you unplugged it from the wall, you know, whatever you needed to do, that you won't have any issues or problems moving forward. But some of the things you would have learned. So yeah, some of the things you would have learned a lesson from the past. So, and some of this will be in some of your friendships. Some of them will be in some of your romantic relationships. Some of the things will be in your new job, you know, because you have new opportunities coming your way. And so this is in your new, you know, after you hit a reset button. So let's see. Yeah, because everything on planet Earth is connected. You hear things that make sense that may not have made sense, that it's a small world. You know, you never know who knows whom, those kind of things. But it's the truth. You never know who knows who's talking to whom, who knows what, you know. And so let's get into it. So yeah, here's the Empress card, right? So your abundance and your prosperity is growing. Your intuition is growing stronger and stronger by the day, right? Here we have the Eight of Pentacles here. So someone is spending some time mastering your intuition, picking up on who's connected to whom, as you got new opportunities coming your way, because you poured out, you know, you have a lot of cups that you may have poured out, you know, like in terms of just kind of in terms of your creativity, right? In terms of your creativity, right? So some of you all have a lot of creative gifts. Some of you all could be like painters. Some of you all could be songwriters. Some of you all could have written books or authors of books. A lot of things you may have poured out, right? Two energies, right? Or poured into. And so what you don't want to pour into is confusion, right? That's what you don't want to do, is pour into is confusion, right? Yeah, so you don't want to pour confusion out there. So yeah, you're the one that's initiating the change, like in just terms of just in terms of your new opportunities and making some positive changes here, surrounded by people who encourage you, right? And so you're doing whatever shadow work. This right here, to see this cute little cat shadow right here, you have done the shadow work. You are doing the shadow work, keeping your vibrations high, keeping your vibrations high. Yep, here we have the Hierophant card here, right? You have an innate spiritual understanding of, you have a higher mind, and you have an innate spiritual understanding of why, right? Of who you're connected to, family members, including your friends, parents, whomever, who you're connected to, right? And trying to keep peace and harmony. Somebody could be connected to music in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and you want people to feel safe in any environment that they're in. That's what this is. Here's the Ten of Cups here, right? So relationships are really, really important. Yeah, relationships are really, really important to you. Yeah, so here we have the Hangman here. So you made a lot of sacrifices yourself. You made a lot of sacrifices yourself. So when I say you're encouraged by, you're surrounded by people who encourage you, sometimes you have to unplug. Sometimes you have to unplug. Looking at your cards here, looking at your cards here, it looks like you are, were determined to do your shadow work. This is you right here. You encourage, you inspire, you motivate a whole lot of people, looking at your cards here. And so it doesn't really matter who was determined to divide, you know, or create some kind of lies around whatever. The fact that you are a harmonious spirit, and because you hit a reset button, right, you have opportunities coming your way. And when I say you're surrounded by people who encourage you, this is like a person who, and this is what I'm picking up from your energy, and we're talking about healthy work-life balance, Cancer, and we're talking about your positivity, is being around, because you're a water sign, and water is reflective, looking at this right here, getting your rest, for instance, like 8 hours of sleep, investing in, we're talking about money is just a form of energy. So this is time invested in getting some rest, if that makes any sense. Listening to water, drinking your water, being near water, those kind of things. There's a water sound. That's how you cleanse your water. That's how you cleanse your emotional body. Remember, emotional body, 2 to 3 inches off of your body, related to your sacral chakra, your emotions, including unprocessed feelings from the past. This layer shifts your mood. That's why when I talk about it in my readings, I'm teaching as well. You're talking about, you're trying to flush those things out through your dreams. You're trying to get all of that stuff out of you, because who knows how far back it goes. Who knows how far back it goes generationally for you, right? This is a generational sign. This is Neptune, the generational sign, right? But it also connects us with the 12th house. Yeah, 12th house connects us to emotions. It connects us to solitude. It connects us with healing, psychic abilities, spirituality, you know, all those things, world service, endings, all of those things, right? You made a lot of sacrifices, right? So it can connect you to your ancestral line and the sacrifices that they made for you to be where you are, right? So it connects us with a lot. So here we have the 8 of Cups here. So the depth of emotions about some things, you're moving on from. You're moving on from some depth of emotions about some things, right? Because you're hitting a hard reset, but not a soft reset, right? Where they can easily attach themselves back to you. Here's the Eight of Cups. So you're moving on from some things. Not you're dismissing, you're hitting a hard reset. It's like a person who, let me see something here. Yeah. So somebody's working on something. Here's the Knight of Pentacles here. So 8 and Knight would be 7. So 7 would be, I'm seeing your money growing as a result of you moving on from some things. You moving on from some things. So what I'm looking at here is, whereas some people may look at you as almost let me see how I can word this. Let me see how I can make this connection for some people. Because this is the moon right here. So moon connects us with feelings, right? Connects us with feelings. And then the sun illuminates the moon, right? So it exposes feelings about things, right? It exposes the feelings, right? The sun it illuminates the moon, right? You're not interested in staying in a karmic cycle. So this right here, this one right here, is it the initiator, right? Creative and logical. You're a very logical thinker. You see how everything is connected. This is crown chakra, right? So you're about helping people to adjust their crown. This way you're like unified, right? You're about helping people to adjust their crown. I'm looking at you just like a person who is very high vibrational. Very, very high vibrational. So even when people do all they can to try to stop, they will work hard as a workhorse to stop your money, right? It can't, remember, money is a form of energy. It's a form of energy. You're still remaining high vibrational. So this 9 right here connects us to in hermit mode, right? A light comes on for you in hermit mode. Your symbol is a hermit crab. You go into hermit mode where the light comes on. Source exposes something to you in hermit mode, right? So where people think that your back is against the wall and like, because I'm looking at the 4 of Cups here, where you poured out everything. Like you've just given up and poured out everything. You are in such peace and harmony with putting your water in a container, like fresh water in a, it's like a replenishing your water. You know how to unplug and reset, right? Reset. It's like you know how to tap in. That's what I'm looking for. You know how to tap in, Cancer. You have that's why you have new opportunities coming your way, because you know how to tap in. You know how to tap in. This person right here is like hanging upside down when people think that you emptied everything out. You know how to tap in to, because you're in harmony with Source. You know how to tap in to something. You know how to tap into something. And that something is the Creator, Source. Knows how to tap into something. So let me see here. So here we have the Queen of Swords here. I see you sitting on your throne, carefully vetting your thoughts. Yeah. So hopefully the auric layers and the way that it was explained is helpful to somebody. Hopefully it is helpful, to someone. You can't stop people from trying to get you fired on your job. You can't. I don't even know how to explain it. Like you can't stop your person that sits across the aisle from you. Okay, so we had to make a little bit more time here. But yeah, you can't stop the person from the aisle that sits across from you from competing with you, from like doing the absolute most. Like if like everybody has worked with those energies who have, like I said, they work just as hard as you work to make a harmonious, be in harmony and being at peace in terms of like a healthy work-life balance, there's some energies who are working equally as hard to divide, right? You have no control over that. And that's why I'm specifically talking about auric layers. Auric layers and what you give access to. Okay, so that we're talking about the mental, like I said, the mental body that resides off of the body that's related to your solar plexus. And mental processes, the ideas, judgment, those kind of things. Not giving energies 3 to 8 inches off of your physical body. Like I said before, once you pick up, that's the beauty of doing a hard reset. Just like you would do for your computer, you need to unplug and reset. That's healthy work-life balance. So, example, let's say you work with someone 8 hours a day and you realize something about their energy is just like, oh, you keep pouring out and you just keep, like I said, you're speaking to the energies, you're remaining professional, high vibrational, the whole 9 yards. Just like you're just coming up against a brick wall. You keep pouring out, you're trying to be in harmony with, you're trying to be a team player at work and you're just pouring out, pouring out, pouring out. But you're just, something is just like, wow. Source is saying at some point, you're going to learn how to put some things into a burning bowl. You're going to learn how to put some things into a burning bowl and say, I'm coming out of the depth of emotion and I am doing some kind of cleansing under the sunlight here. This is cleansing. This is a way that people cleanse their gemstones and crystals. But of course, obviously, you know what it's going to do for you if it can cleanse gemstones and crystals. Which brings us to kind of sort of how to clear your auric layers. One is through meditation and visualization. Another one is through smudging. Another one is through salt baths. Another one is through sound healing, crystals, nature and grounding, also Reiki or healing, energy healing, Reiki or energy healing. So, yeah, so when energies are just determined to see you as competition and wipe the competition out, one, you realize it's something that for you can create a new auric layer. You can create a whole new auric layer. So when you're surrounded by people who encourage you, that for you, Source is saying to you, you can create a whole new auric layer. You don't have to feel like your back is against the wall. You create a whole new auric layer. You hit a hard reset. Hard reset. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Hit a hard reset, right? Source has your back. That's what this lion is. This is the Lion of Judah. Has your back. Source has your back. You're a prayer warrior. You are a prayer warrior. So that's what I'm seeing for you. So this is you combined here. This is the King and Queen of Wands. This is this could represent you and a this could be you and a spouse, you and a partner, you and somebody, where Source has you and someone's back. Source has you and someone's back. Giving you and someone the permission to walk away from something and step into your sunlight. Step into the light, right? As you are sitting on your throne, carefully vetting your thoughts, putting any low vibration emotion behind lock and key, right? You're choosing to vibrate on a high frequency, surrounded by people who encourage you. Surrounded by people who encourage you, right? As you surrender to Source, right? So Queen of Cups here. So I definitely feel like you are definitely in harmony and you are at peace with yourselves. Like I said, you all are really a sweetheart sign. I'm talking to men and women Cancers. You all are really, really a sweetheart sign. And I hear everything about every zodiac sign. The highs, the lows, the everything in between. Your sign actually rules your sign rules 4th house, right? Rules 4th house. This is a family, home life, sense of security, ancestry, self-care, traditions, inner emotions, maternal figures, pets, the whole 9 yards. And even as a reader, I'm telling y'all, listen, I would encourage people, if you're being called to read or do anything, like if your 10th house, if your north node is whatever career path you're called to do. That's the inner calling. Source already qualified you to do something. Whatever your path is, something is going to flow to you like water, because you're already in sync with something. You're already in sync with something. And you're going to be surprised at how you hitting a reset button, it's going to flow to you. It's not by coincidence. It's going to flow to you. Things, opportunities are going to come your way, because things just flow to you. And for you, because you're already working in something. You're already working in something. And so you're just surrendering directly to source. So you can toss all of the other stuff in the burning bowl. People who are trying to create chaos and confusion, all of that. That's a spirit. That's a particular spirit. That's a particular kind of spirit. So here we have this right here, Two of Cups here. So, and again, that speaks to duality. You know exactly what your spirit needs. So you pour so much out to so many energies. Creatively, you pour so much out to help other people create. Source is trying to, you know how to tap in. You know how to tap in. So yeah, this is right here. Everything is connected. Everything is connected. That's why you have new opportunities coming your way. People are excited to pour back into you. People are really excited to pour back into you, because people know the sacrifices that you made. So that's how you're going to start seeing your money growing. And that is how you're going to create something new, and that's how you're going to save yourself, right? So you're surrendering to source, because you're already, when I talk about North Node, when I talk about your 10th house and your North Node, because you poured so much out into others' energies, and you've been so compassionate, even some of you all, even being depressed, you still poured out, made sure people felt safe around you. I'm telling you, despite people burning you behind your back, I'm not even trying to put somebody in victim mode. I'm just reading the cards here. Source is saying there are some people right now that are going back through their childhood. I'm telling y'all, cancers. I can't, and I'm talking to you wherever cancer's in your birth chart, who are talking about how safe they felt around you, how hard you worked. They talking about your work ethic. They talking about how safe they felt around you. The only people that's talking about your depression are the energies who are making it seem like they came to save you from something. But there are other energies who from their childhood are talking about how they felt safe around you. I'm telling you. That's the impact some of you all have had. So when you hear other stuff, I'm telling y'all, water is reflective. Some of you all have, you all are, your water may have been around. Remember, water is shaped and guided by the earth that holds and surrounds us. So even in your teenage years, when you may have been in survival mode, right? And people may have preyed on you in survival mode, and people were determined to, hold something against you. This water right here, something holds something against you. I'm telling you, I'm telling y'all right now, somebody in your family who may be apart from you right now has put the dark water behind a cage while they're sitting on their I'm telling y'all, cancers, somebody in your family right now is this person sitting right here. I'm talking to a man. Right now I'm talking to a man. Somebody in your family is sitting on their throne right now. And I'm going to get to women in a second, but I'm specifically talking to a man because this was coming to me right now. Talking to a man who, when they were a child, they felt safe around you. You somebody's uncle, somebody's father, somebody, whoever. So, this is somebody in your family. Somebody in your family just remembers See, because this card right here is generational. And this right here, when we talk about emotions, so somebody may remember you being like really funny or like making people laugh. Because I'm looking at somebody like head thrown back laughing. So somebody could remember just how funny you were and how you made them laugh even when they were depressed. This right here. Right here. So a lot of people are waking up, and a lot of people are very, very compassionate. A lot of people are, and somebody may be pouring something out to you, reminding you of how, like, okay, it may not, because this person right here is sitting by themselves, right? And now I'm talking to Cancer men and women, right? So sometimes you'll have, this person right here could have a child or children. Sometimes it'll come back to you through somebody's child or children, how much you made them laugh when they were depressed and how safe they felt around you through their kids, even if they don't tell you. That's what's coming to somebody right now. That's what's coming to somebody right now. To offer you some clarity. That's what's coming to you. Of like how you made a positive change in somebody's life. Yep. So something is going to offer you and somebody some peace even when you are apart. Even when you are apart, it's going to offer you some clarity in knowing who your enemies are. Like people who you know who your enemies are and who the hidden enemies are. These two cards right here are ruled by Venus, the goddess of love, pleasure, art, music, and aesthetics. But it's going to offer you some clarity and it's going to clear up some confusion for you. Because somebody who is apart from you right now, you actually save your. When I say save, we're not saying people are people's saviors. Okay, so let's make sure. let's make sure people don't assume people are people's saviors, right? But your energy, when you see a lot of water here, water is about creativity. But something about your energy, Cancers, I'm talking to men and women Cancers, actually made kids feel safe around you. And I'm getting talking to high vibrating Cancers, made kids feel safe around you when they were depressed. And that's a spirit that you imparted onto them for them to make kids feel safe around them when they may have been depressed. So something is coming out, like something is being poured out into you, like some information about that is being poured to you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. About maybe the sacrifices that you make. Because a lot of times people think sacrifice is all about making money and what you can buy somebody and all of that other stuff. People forget about the emotional aspect of it. It's like, okay, you can see somebody could be depressed or sad and you show it in a lot of different ways. And just how remembering like an aunt or uncle making somebody laugh, right? And having somebody, replacing I'm looking at this right here. Somebody replacing possibly sad tears with happy tears. So a lot of things are being cleared up. Here we have the moon card. So somebody is leaving something behind. Like somebody is leaving behind a particular belief system that was overwhelming at first to them. It's just like, wait a minute. Like how in the world could I have been just trembling like with these boots on through muddied water? How could I be so unclear about something? Because you're just now waking up from some kind of a trance. That's why. Because belief is a choice. Belief is a choice. So you're surrounded by people who encourage you, but how are they encouraging you? It's time to hit a hard reset button. It's time to hit a hard reset button. You have a lot of ideas moving forward. Somebody has already been operating in their north node and didn't even realize they were operating in their north node. So you're about to create something new. You got a lot of opportunities coming your way. So let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Sanctity. So through offering, even the most mundane problem can become a sacrament. All right. So yeah, something is generational. Something is generational. You've made a lot of sacrifices. You've made a lot of sacrifices in terms of legacy, wealth. And I'm seeing you, you've created, water is creativity, right? So somebody created space. Somebody either relocated or something. You created space between you, because water, like I said, is shaped and guided by you. Saved yourself by creating space, by somebody relocated, moved away from something so that you can get back in sync and harmony with your purpose, is what I'm seeing here. So you're not losing your fire, and you have the Lion of Judah behind you. You have a lot of ideas about things that you want to do and what you're taking with you. It's really, really good memories. You have some new opportunities coming across your path. Yeah, a lot of new opportunities coming across your path here. Like I said, I'm seeing balance here. He was sound healing. I don't know if I mentioned that. Like in ways of just like hitting a reset button, some kind of sound healing. But again, this is a general reading, so take only what resonates. Yeah, so it could be like Reiki or energy healing. So you may want to receive a session from a practitioner or use self Reiki if you're trained as a Reiki healer. But energy healing works directly on your auric layers and chakras to balance and clear out any blockages. But again, nature and grounding is good. That's walking barefoot on the grass, sand, or soil, right? Be careful, walking barefoot. The sunlight also helps recharge your auric layer. Getting outside in that sunlight also does it as well. So, so that also does it as well, right? But something happened. Something happened back in someone's bloodline that just kind of threw some things off. So you're surrendering to the divine, which is source. Because there's something that you were created to do here in this lifetime, and so source is calling you to that for which you were created to do. So, but just know, and maybe that's some good news for somebody, is that there are some people in your family that remember you in a really, really good way. And I know if you're watching this video, obviously you're still alive, so you're probably watching the video. But there's some people who remember you as making them laugh, like having them cracking up laughing, head thrown back, tears from laughing so hard. And that's what they're taking with you. And that's what they have taken. That's what they have taken, the memory of you that they have taken with them. That's what they have taken with them. When they think about you, they're like, what? What they say on the show, Martin? They so crazy. It's so crazy. So they would not, in their way of repaying you, they would not do anything to hurt you or anyone that you love, because you saved them in depression. Something about your energy saved them in depression. So somebody is creating something new. You have this new these new emotions around something that you're creating something new. You're doing a hard reset, like, and now you gain some clarity on some things. Yeah. So, all right, let's see what else we got. I think that's it. I think that's it. Let me see. Yeah. I think that's it. I think that's it. But yeah, now that somebody has poured out, I feel like somebody now will be listening to more water sounds, getting near bodies of water, drinking more water, hitting a reset, doing a detox, a spiritual detox. Like I just gave somebody some ways of clearing an auric layer. Hopefully this is helpful for you. Yep, but don't give up. It's okay that things don't always feel easy and effortless. Some of the best moments in life during and after hard times. Keep believing. Yeah, keep believing. So raise the bar. When you set higher standards for the people and situations in your life, you create space for new levels, and joy and abundance. Rise above old patterns. Rise above old patterns. Let me see what else we got so we can go ahead and clear something out. Fruits of labor. It's time to reap the fruits of your labor and become rich. That's right. Reap the fruits of your labor and become rich. You have bright ideas, so take action on your ideas. So you have a lot of bright ideas. Expression. Express your creative self. Transformation. So don't be afraid of the unknown. So somebody is going through a very powerful transformation, right? Of duality. Right? Remember, water is reflective. So you going through this very powerful transformation. Just, where's the card? It's stepping out from dark wolf energy, meaning you're being very careful about who you are around and what reflection it has on you, and stepping into a path of enlightenment, more meaning that you want to be around people who keep you abreast and enlightened in things. They want you to be a part of a community where you are enlightened and you're keeping other people enlightened, on things. But that is what I have for you all. Hopefully this is helpful, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.